Let me show you how to do this Rumi cosplay. So I already primed my face and I put on the Maybelline Super Stay. Now I'm going to put on some concealer. Now for the concealer, make sure to avoid the cheeks because her face is rounded. Now for contour, we're basically just going to go around the forehead and basically the chin area and kind of bring it up like that a little bit. We're going to avoid our cheekbone area where she has a rounder face. But what you can do is kind of go like this. And when you blend it down. So yeah, that's all the contouring we're going to do. So now that the concealer's had time to set, we're going to blend it out really nicely and make it very nice and even. Now for blush, it's going to be super light and super natural. So we're going to use our She Glam Hollywood / Marilyn Monroe collection. We're kind of going to go over here. That way our cheeks look fuller. This is going to give your cheek a more rounded effect. So for the eyebrows, we're basically going to just follow my shape but make them a bit wider. And we're going to dip in with a brown. And what we're going to do is basically this. So fill in the arch, but we're going to bring it over more because her brow is a little bit longer, a little bit straighter. So bring it over more and then bring it down. We want it to be quite straight rather than my arch. And then underneath as well. And then we'll pull it up and fluff it up so it looks a little bit natural-ish. But yeah, basically just like that, a little bit more square, a bit thicker, and just a bit straighter. So for the eyeshadow, I'm like positive I seen her with like a purple shimmery eyeshadow. So we're gonna go with this beautiful purple right here. And it's like a dual chrome. And we're gonna put it just like on our eyelid. And then I'm going to get it in the corners as well. And we're going to do like a cat eye eyeliner. So now before I go any further, I'm going to put my little contact in. So now that the contact's in, let's do a cat eye eyeliner. I'm just using my e.l.f. Liquid Black. And we're basically just going to do this. Now the other side, yay! Now taking our She Glam highlighter, we're going to go right in the inner corner here. And we're going to bring it right up underneath the eyebrow as well. That way we have some pop and some definition on the brows. So her nose is super straight and super thin, so I'm just going to dip in with my iconic contouring pot. And we're basically just going to do like a straight line down the nose. This is going to make it appear like my nose is straighter than it is. And don't forget to blend it out with your finger and blend it down. That way it looks a little bit more natural-ish. Now we're going to take a fine brush again and go in with some art. Now taking a fine brush again, go in with some concealer. You're not going to need much. And we're just going to go straight down the nose to make our nose look really straight. Now for the under eyes, we're going to be taking my Cheekbone Unify Multi pencil. And we are going to go on the underneath of my eye. So pull it down. Just like that, and I know it looks crazy, but now what we're going to do is we're going to go back in with the iconic contour pot and our fine brush here, dip it in, and go directly underneath where that natural line is. And it's going to give you like the easiest, most perfect, like dewy in eyes. And I think that's super appropriate for this character. Alright, so we're going to be drawing some of the little markings on her. So we're going to be using my Annabelle eyeliner and we're just going to kind of get into it. So I'm going to do some more outlines and then we'll fill them in. This is it all outlined. I'm going to take like a lighter purple and fill in some areas. And I'm also going to use like some pink to fill it in. So basically just like, I'm going to fill them in and I'll show you how I do some extra effects so it looks a little bit more in your face. So now I'm taking a pink Annabelle eyeliner again. It's kind of metallic and we're just going to kind of fill in some areas. That way it's got like a different sheen to it and looks a little bit more like Rumi's markings. And now I'm going in with another Annabelle pencil. This is like a white, but it also has a metallic coating to it. So I'm going to go in a few places that like I know I really want that bright pink to be. and I'm gonna lighten it up. That way it's gonna be easier to get it the color that I want in just a few places though, because it's not everywhere. So just like that. So now I'm taking my Mehron UV palette. We're gonna dip in and get as much color as we can on the brush and basically just put it in some places that are gonna be like highlighted, just like there and here as well. That way it kind of glows and it's like the pink that we want it to be. So I'm gonna do that to a few places and I'll show you where when I'm done. So now I'm going to take an angled brush and go in with this beautiful purple right here. And we're basically just going to straighten up some of the outer lines. Just like that and just make them look better. But yeah, I'm going to do that to all the lines. So now dipping back into our Mehron UV palette, we're going to dip into the white that dries clear. And we're going to basically put that over any of the purple. Should go on, I think, like clear to white. And then it dries. So basically just put it anywhere that we didn't put that pink. The lip liner, it's Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk for the lipstick, and Makeup by Mario. This is like a lip plumper in the Rosewood Glow. And then I'm gonna do a few fixings and show you the finished result. And this is the final look. What do we think? I think it turned out quite well. So I hope you get to watch some of the transitions, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!